Hey there, Marcos here. Just a heads up, I am going to cut this episode in two. It is very dense and I want to make it into more digestible segments. Back to the show. Nowadays, life is intertwined with technology. Let's figure it out. Welcome to Life, Tech, and Sundry. Hi there. Sorry for butting into the podcast. So this podcast is brought to you by Anchor. And I just want to promote Anchor for all the listeners out there. What is Anchor, you say? Anchor is free. Okay? Totally free. So don't need to worry about that. What else? Anchor has basically all the creation tools that you'll need and you want to kickstart that podcast that you've been dreaming all this time. It helps it get it on the road. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Anchor takes care of that too. So you just have to create an account, start recording, and edit everything within the Anchor ecosystem. That makes things a lot more easy. Start creating. You can download the app too. May that be on Apple or Android. There's no bias there. If you want to get working on your computer, you can always go to anchor.fm. Again, the website is anchor.fm. Creating your podcast has never been easier. Thanks. Back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Life, Tech, and Sundry. And tonight we have a special guest, and we are on location with a three-man squad and another gentleman far away, but still with us in spirit and through the internet.
And his big schmeat.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the guest today. Guest today, name is Edgar. And then go for it, Edgar. Introduce yourself.
Well, hey guys. Again, I'm glad to be here. And yeah, as the how would you say as my good friend right here, yeah, well, cousin Marcos said it, very special guest. Well, thank you. It's a privilege. I feel special. Just being here with you guys and really just you having the space and then giving me the opportunity and the time just to come here with you guys. It's a real privilege. Well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Edgar Lopez. People know me as Eggy. So yeah. And yeah, guys, hey, it's good to see you guys. Good to be with you guys. Josue, even though you're Mr. J, sorry. Even though you're far away, I have you here in my heart.
And on my right, right next to me over here, Alan. What's up, Alan? Oh, I caught him drinking some tea. I think beverage.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Alan. Thanks again for having me back on the show. And I look forward to having a nice conversation with all three of you. Cheers.
Remember, and last but not least, Josue, or Mr. J.
Mr. J.
Coming all the way from his dorm at school. From where again?
A galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, in a galaxy far, far away.
That's right. All right, cool, guys. So what brings you guys here today? What's been on your minds, guys? I know for me, I don't know.
Life, Tech, and Sundry.
Absolutely. That's why I'm here.
It's Sundry, by the way.
It's Sundry.
You're getting tilted.
Actually, before we get started, you want to break down a little bit for our newer listeners what sundry means, like the definition.
Yeah, even me as the special guy or the invitado de hoy.
Yes. Okay, so
As guest, so I really don't know what sundry means.
well, life, tech, right? Everyone, as we're doing it right now, we're all involved with our life and technology. They're both intertwined. There's
right.
like the line says, there's no other way around it. Life,
Yeah.
tech are intertwined.
Yeah.
But sundry is the variety, the different points of view of the same technology,
Mhm.
but different observational opinions about the same technology.
Oh, right. perspectives, right? Different perspectives.
Now, is
right.
that only tech, or does that also concern life
and technology? Yeah.
Okay.
Both of those combined and separately may that be away like Mr. J over here all the way at his dorm
Right.
and us over here on site together recording.
Oh, okay.
awesome sauce, brother?
So, just to break it down for you, if I may, Mr. Marcos, life, right? It's very vague. It's very general, but yet it is so a part of us, right? As well as technology,
Yeah.
So technology, the aspect of this thing that or things that us humans have created to enhance our life, essentially, right? And then sundry encompasses, I guess, both of them, right? It's almost like if you were to put a Venn diagram, right? You have tech in one and life, and then how they would, the middle part, that's sundry, right?
Like Mr. Popo says.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
No,
I mean,
If I could quote Mr. Gump, life is like a box of chocolates.
that one too.
And then all right, this is kind of weird. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but the whole Mandela Effect, and how right. So essentially, what you just said, it's like life is like a box of chocolates, and if you were to go back, and people swear by this, personally, it's like it sounds like a lot of hogwash.
It's like a secondary thing. It's a second thought.
No, because Mandela Effect is apparently like when two dimensions collide, and then they like tamper with each other. And then somehow like certain things in like one timeline switches. For instance, that's saying life is like a box of chocolates. Apparently, that was never said in the movie of Forrest Gump. And if you were to look it up, Jamie, please, if you can't pull it up, please, if you could please pull it up, it should say like the line,
My
life
mama
is.
used to always say.
Yeah, no, for real.
And while Mr. Jamie
meanwhile Jamie is looking
that up,
for Mandela Effect,
please, Josue, if you would, please keep telling us about life in college and life during, I guess, COVID in college, in a dorm with a roommate and online classes. Can you break it down a little bit for us, or explain, or give us your take on how you're coping with everything?
I wake up, I go to my desk, and go to school.
Excellent.
It's like like that. Nah, but it's
Not in so many words. Yeah.
It's like all you need is 5. No, but it's I think it's different for each major. Like for example, the liberal arts major, I think they're freaking out. They're like, they're the ones
Why is
saying
that?
they're like,
why liberal arts? Is it because it's liberal arts, or because
yeah,
well, yeah, because it's a
essentially,
career
do they
path.
have- right?
Well, here's the thing. It's a career path that more or mainly back when it was established, right? Or when it was made into a certain career to a certain extent, or degree that you would actually pursue, you would actually learn about arts. You would learn about literature, arts in different facets of it, like literature, fine arts, and so on and so forth. Right, to a certain fine arts, to even architectural. That like the cathedrals and all that. So it would be essentially you would go into history,
right,
and all that stuff, but it's been hijacked, unfortunately, these past couple years, this decade, right?
Decades.
And art essentially has been whittled down or diluted to a point where it's not even art. It's what is going to impact people, what is going to cause a reaction, rather than art was made to enhance the human experience, to the point where people back then would use oil paints made from crushed up beetles, right?
Okay.
To paint these frescoes in cathedrals that would inspire people. Because you have to understand, cathedrals back during the medieval times and up until like the Enlightenment age, right?
Right.
People didn't have schools to that extent unless you were rich and you would pay for it. But people would go to church to learn. So it's crazy.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So in the aspect of arts and all that, yeah, I mean, it's interesting because arts, there was a certain standard. This is considered art. Now it's like people splatter paint on a canvas, and it's like, you know what? No, it takes technique and this and that, and it conveys a certain message of the artist, and like it's like no,
And everything's subjective now.
I remember, yeah, and I remember one time I actually took a class, an art class, a Western art. I forgot what it was called. Where our professor, she was we were learning how to, look at composition, look at the negative areas, the negative, what is it called?
I don't know.
Like the opposites. Like if you were to look at a picture and then you will look at the open
negatives,
space.
you mean?
Yeah, the negative
Open
space,
space.
open space, and all that. And she was showing us slides, and then she showed us of a slide of a painting, right? And it was splatter, right, all over a canvas. And essentially, she was like, "All right, what do you guys see?" Right? And I, for one, was like, "It's a canvas with paint splatter. It's like somebody grabbed a paint can and just threw it on the canvas." In my head, I didn't
Right,
participate because that's just me at that time.
You're going against the grain, huh?
No, it's not even. It's just
If you were to answer.
Indifferent.
no. I was just like, yeah, whatever, right?
Yeah, you.
It was a prereq, so that's mainly why
Yeah,
I took
you
it.
weren't really involved.
Yeah, actually, no, I was really involved, and the teacher actually got a liking to me. But that's
Okay.
just me, I'm just
You're
that kind of guy.
You're a likable person.
So
right?
then, do you think that then that's what we would call nowadays a meme painting?
No, and what's funny was after she went through
Was
through
that like
each
a Van Gogh?
no,
original or
after she
something?
went through like the students, like giving their opinions or 2 cents, right?
Right.
She went to the next slide and she was like, "Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, it was like the same picture but zoomed out. It's just a painter's smock."
Interesting.
What?
And everybody, a painter's smock. You know how painters have like a apron almost,
Smock, right?
a smock.
Oh,
That's what they call it. And it was like
it's a meme.
It was basically
they just
Splash.
well, yeah. If you were to put it in that context, yeah, they just got memed on basically because it was, and I would, dude, it was legit. It was hilarious, bro. In my mind, everybody was like just chuckling, laughing because the people that were, giving their, oh yeah, the splatters on the top left corner and it expresses to a
Right.
certain mood. Bro, they were getting into it. They were trying to,
They're not wrong though.
they were trying to be artsy fartsy, bro.
But they're
yeah,
not wrong. They're
dude,
just-
they were trying to be avant-garde with the way they explain.
My
Bro, it was
goodness, bro.
hilarious. And she was like, "It's a painter's smock."
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't wrong. It was what they thought about it. It was
Well,
what
see,
it
here's the
made them
thing,
feel.
and yeah, that's the whole that's the whole point or part of being subjective and objective, and art actually having a standard and sort of it being like, all right, the composition, you could tell, like color theory.
Right.
I don't
Like
even-
I remember she showed us a painting of a person, right? That took like, I don't know, an hour. It was a painting with
Right.
oil paintings.
Right.
And she was like, "All right, what color is that?" And it was like, "Oh, it's white." And she was like, "No." Because all right, so it's a painting of a girl with a white dress, right?
Okay.
And it was like next to a tree and the shadow was casting over it, right? But your eyes, even if you were to see a white dress under a shadow, you would still consider it white, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, it's an oil painting. How do you get the exact color from mixing colors for your eyes to register in your brain that is white under a shadow?
Right. Okay.
And it's. I mean, it's.
It's crazy. That's color
perspective.
theory because it's I don't even know if it's color theory, but essentially that's what basically it's about. So it's like your eyes register, right?
There's another question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
The other question is: was this other student that was being asked on, was it a male student or female student?
Oh, well, here's the thing. It was a general, right? It was like a moment. She was like, "All right, students, raise your hands, please. Expound on this painting. What do you guys wanna, or what do you guys see, or what do you guys feel?" I guess to a certain extent, right? Because now everything's about my feelings.
Good Lord. my feelings make it feel like it's
Right.
like delicious.
Yeah. So So and then they just gave it to like some people participated. It was more of a time for
Right.
the students to participate. But
Do they get points for that on their report
I don't know,
card?
they get a high five or whatever for all I know.
Do they get a star underneath their name?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but and she was like, all right, like that you can see depth of field.
Right.
Even though it's plain, it's flat, you can still see depth, right? You can see colors that your brain would naturally register.
Right.
Like for instance, how would you color the reflection of a moon on a painting? Like
The
how,
oil painting itself.
I know
right?
exactly. So how would you translate that? The actual moon and then the reflection, but then the color, right? So how would you? Yeah, go ahead.
Would that be? Is there a style of painting not only using oil materials, but also like
Right,
like,
watercolors.
no, but it still the whole thing, the final product, be called an oil painting, but at the beginning you use like charcoal. or
Okay,
something
okay.
Like, that, like a Crayola or something.
Right,
But
right.
at the end, just to paint it over with oil, and
See-
the end result, oil.
But see, that's the thing. Usually when you oil paint, you don't.
Mix.
Yeah, you don't
There you
mix
go.
different. I forgot what it was called. Media. I think because here's the thing: when art, everything has a different name, right? So the utensils you use, you call it, I think, media or medium, and then like the actual templates you use, like for instance, what are you coloring on, or what are you doing your art on?
Canvas.
On canvas, on cloth, or canvas is cloth, on canvas, on actual like card, on wood,
Paper.
on paper,
On the wall.
yeah, on the wall or whatever, and like that has a name as well. And then the type of painting you're using, the type of colors you're using, or
So there's some actual schooling to all this.
there's an actual form. That's the thing.
It's formal.
There's
right?
actual science to it, or actual
rules.
yeah. There you go, rules and
So
regulations. 'cause-
whittling it down to, making something so subjective to the point where it's like,
but see,
1
that's a
plus 1
beautiful
equals
thing.
Fish.
But see, that's a beautiful thing about. It's like, what would a sport be without rules?
Right.
It
not a
wouldn't.
sport.
It's
It
not a
wouldn't be a
sport. It wouldn't
sport.
be fun. There wouldn't be no competition.
Yeah, there's no objective.
Why? Because here's the thing: rules are set for us to meet and exceed to a
Right.
certain
Yeah.
extent, right? And what we could do within those means or boundaries, right? Because look, what would soccer be without offside lines? Like
Or red cards or yellow
exactly, dude. It would be chaos and wouldn't be enjoyable at all.
Right.
But see, the beautiful thing, that's why it's called the beautiful game, right? Huh. Well, it's called the beautiful game because there are rules, and to
Right.
any game, obviously, the more simple it is, the even more enjoyable it is. Why? Because,
Right.
Even a kid can understand, oh, you can't go over the line. Why? Because then you're out of bounds. And then you turn the ball over to the other team, whatever, right?
Look at how technology grew on that. The camera teams.
Yeah,
the view and
yeah, of course. But going back to the rules, right? And boundaries. I mean, painting, it has boundaries to a certain extent. And it's simple. The rules are simple, right? It has to make sense, where it doesn't have to be up for interpretation. The only interpretation is the message it conveys. Because even then, paintings would convey a message. Now, here's another thing. Paintings and fine arts back in the day, more in the dark ages, more in the middle ages, medieval times, they would be more sacrilegious. In other words, they would actually tell, parts of in the Bible or whatever, right?
It would be more religious. type of
Yeah,
experience.
Yeah, because that's the only thing they would talk about
That's
or
the only
learn.
schooling they had.
Yeah, of course.
And-
And even then, only like certain people were able to read. So
Right.
that's crazy.
So they had-
So that's another thing that they would
were going off
essentially.
whatever they heard.
That's why you'd see cathedrals with stained glass and paintings all over the
Right.
walls, even in the entrances. Everything would have a meaning.
Right.
But,
But
there was a
again-
refinement of technology
No, that was my
On-
key. Those are my keys.
on glass. Look at that idea on glass that you just touched on.
Right.
The
Right.
different coloring on colored paint glasses
Mhm.
for the church. The art, they got
Look.
so good that they turned it into an art for churches.
Exactly. Look, you can even get to the actual building, the architectural, the architecture of it.
Remember that crew, the ones that were building with rocks, churches.
The Masons,
There we go,
right?
there we go.
Well, see, even everything to the point of like was considered a type of art, the type of architecture that they would use. Was it Gothic? Was it
Yep.
was it more of a modern? What is it? Was it
Baroque.
There you go. You get
Impressionism.
me? Right. And those are different.
Right.
Well, obviously you're talking about time periods then.
Right. You're going
Right.
from era to era.
But each would have its own specific touch, unique kind
Yeah,
of
Everybody
feel
had its
to
own
it.
flavor.
Right, exactly.
Right.
But it would add to art and it wouldn't
But they
although
considered it art after time passed.
right. And then it's like it gets to a point now where it's like it's so
Yeah,
blah.
you get to that splattered canvas.
And no, it's not even that. It's just
and then
just
people
the
want to
what
feel out what it looks like.
So
It's
then
like-
why would the teacher do that then? Going all the way back to the
Well,
beginning?
that, I'm
Just to
guessing
name-
that, no,
no,
I'm guessing
because
that's-
it's
that-
like
it goes back to them teaching a lesson, being, I guess, to a
Like,
certain point,
set them up
critical.
to fail.
No, well,
It's not
critically thinking about
right.
what painting is to what painting is considered nowadays. It's two different types of philosophies.
Of course.
And obviously it's going to clash. You want to take a classical type of fresco and then compare it to like something that is abstract. I mean, clearly there's
Yeah.
two different
I mean,
schoolings to
Yes.
those.
And it's still
to
within
those
the
things.
same.
It is, right? It is.
And again,
You could just say it is. It's just
I would
it's
say
what position I guess you want to take.
Yeah,
but then
I
again,
would
it's
say
like what?
it boils down to preference.
Right.
Me personally, I would prefer looking at a original Edgar Degas than going and looking at some abstract, whether it be a painting or
Because it's
Uh,
an
no, just because I like nice looking pictures. I don't think it through that much. I mean, it does tell a story. Every painter tells it a story through their work, and
Look
yeah,
at
if I'm going to rattle my brain around something that's abstract to look fresco, I much rather look at the fresco.
Right.
But again, I think it boils down to personal preference. I mean, people can be as artsy fartsy as they want, but I mean, if that's not your forte, I guess you can say, you're going to take it as at face value, and I don't think that's wrong either, because I mean, not everybody is meant or has that forte to look at art and be like, oh, intrigued, and want to take the time to even consider,
Right. Take it in.
absorb
Break it down. Yeah. Be
Yeah,
like, wow.
and enjoy it for what it is. Guys, sorry, I do want to change the subject a little bit
Yeah. Sure.
to
Sure.
Go for it.
to what we were planning on talking about, a little bit of economics, or a little bit of road to financial freedom. I guess.
Oh, right.
So, as Marcos was speaking about or telling us earlier, yeah, this month or last month, I guess you could say, if I'm not mistaken, Apple and Tesla announced that they were going to have stock splits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, so right, the stock split was Tesla 4-1 stock split, and Apple was a 5-1 stock split. Obviously, what does that mean for the average investor? Not much. Basically, they're taking the companies are taking, to a certain degree, some profits, breaking down their shares to bite-sized pieces for people to actually buy. To a certain extent, it's like a fisherman with good bait to bait people to buying more stock
Mhm.
to a certain extent.
So does that mean the prices of the actual stock went down?
No, it's the same value. They're just splitting them. Now, before we had fractional shares at your major brokerages,
Right.
companies would do stock splits in order for the price of that stock to be a little bit more
Accessible.
and digestible for people. I mean, if you were right now to say, I want to buy a share of Amazon, you're literally paying over $1,000 for a
For
share.
one
Just
share.
for one.
Easy.
Really?
So-
So, all right. So, who were the ones? Apple and
Tesla.
did stock splits, right?
Yes.
So, what's the price of a Tesla stock right now? Just one.
just one
What was
after
it?
the stock split.
No.
Before
Before the stock split.
it was around 1,500.
1,500. All right. So after the stock split?
It's right now.
Yeah.
The price is $418. $418.32.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
Again, the average share price is about $904.83.
Right.
But I mean, right now with everything going on in the world, the volatility,
Right.
we've been due for a correction on the stock market, all the shares. There has been a crazy bull run. It's like tech stocks have been rallying like crazy.
When? Right now?
For
this
the better part of a month and a half. You've seen
specifically tech companies.
I'm talking about your Shopify. I'm talking about your Tesla, your Apple, your Microsoft, your Alphabet, all these Zoom, all these tech stocks have been going up in value. Now, a lot of people, consider it a bubble. And, if you're a swing trader, you're buying in when it's low and selling when it's high.
Right.
For people that like to buy and hold, I mean, they're going to buy and hold and not care if the stock, drops 20%, because in the long run, they're trying to build to a certain degree in their mind their wealth. And for people that are trying to short the stock, they're going to buy when it's low, sell when it's high,
Right.
but not necessarily when it's convenient, when they, obviously, when they feel like it. Again, everybody has their own take on how to be proactive in the stock game and the share buying and selling of shares.
Right.
But right now, a lot of the tech stocks have gone through a correction, and a lot of them have gone down. A lot of people's portfolios are in the red. And I mean, nothing to be shocked about. Stocks don't always go up.
Yeah, obviously.
But again, people are, I guess they have that false illusion of, well, false illusion of, you know what, I'm going to buy, I'm getting money from the government as part of my,
right.
Either you're
the CARE Act or the Helpful Act or whatever.
Yeah, you got money through a check because you're trying to hold it down.
Oh yeah, unemployment. Yeah,
or unemployment, right?
Yeah.
So, as far as that goes, I mean, you have that option, but you also have the option to buy an actual business and make it profitable. I mean, it really depends on the person and the type of entrepreneur you are. And as far as economics go, I guess you can say, all I can say is, my opinion, it seems to me that the U.S. economy,
right,
isn't attached to the hip to the stock market. Two different things. And just because the government is pumping oodles and oodles of cash into the into the economy doesn't mean it's really doing much to stimulate it, because a lot of people are filing for unemployment. It's scary times for a lot of people.
Yep.
And I mean, again, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I would want to caution our listeners to, be a little bit more proactive on,
the saving aspect, right?
Saving aspect, right?
Yeah.
If you do come into some money, the more you save, the better. Usually, rule of thumb, at least for me, when I do receive money in form of a paycheck or something like that, 18% goes to my savings.
Hi there, Marcos here. I'm just interrupting again the podcast because I want to let all you listeners know that there is a link in the show notes for you to leave a voice message. I'll be as proactive as I can. I'll get to them as quickly as possible and answer them in the show or put them as a subject in the podcast. Once again, there is a link in the show notes of this podcast for all you listeners to leave a message. Thank you for your time, and back to the show.
Yeah.
The rest I allocate to paying bills, trying to be as, productive and responsible as possible to not get myself into debt. Another piece of advice, again, this is purely for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a licensed professional, but a recommendation I would, pass along to you guys would be, save at least between 3 to 6 months worth of money, just in case the worst would happen, don't have a job or you need to pay bills and, maybe you got sick, you got hurt, God forbid.
Right. Yeah.
That's going to hold you down, for better or for worse. But yeah, I mean, one of those things that I usually share with people is that, the saving aspect and, trying to be a lot smarter with your money. Life isn't all about, Uber Eats and DoorDash.
Oh, but I love me some Uber Eats, fam.
Hey, brother. I mean, I'm the same way. But again, I'll switch the topic, because talking about economics and finance is a little heavy sometimes. But I mean, it is part of life.
Right.
And, with having different type of online brokerages or app brokerages on your phone,
right,
it's so simple to, save and invest.
Open up, Open up.
In the podcast show notes, I'll definitely leave links for for apps, brokerage apps like Webull or M1 Finance or Acorns. If you guys want to sign up, it's one way to help out the podcast. And also, you get 2 free shares with Webull when you sign up. And I do believe you put in $100, you get 2 free shares, value between $14, I believe, and $1,400.
Yeah, something like that. I remember.
Something like that. Again, we'll have some links in the show notes for you to look through. Please don't feel obligated to use them, but again, something that we'd like to share and might be a good opportunity for you. I do believe these are US only links. I don't think these online or app brokerages are in other parts of the world at the moment, but please feel free to look through them. And if you'd be so kind and if you want to, show some love, please do it through there, through the links. Also, we do have our coffee link there as well. Trying to support the channel. I want to just take a moment to appreciate our editor and director for most of our projects going on, Marcos. He puts in a lot of work and
tremendous work. Yep.
Yeah, and it would be nice if you guys show him a little love. Again, no obligation. Just if you want to show a little love, it really it means a lot to him.
Oh yeah,
and to us that you
especially
you appreciate my man's hard work. But
definitely.
Now switching up a little bit, I do want to talk about a little bit about food. I don't know if you guys are down to take a couple of minutes to go down food lane.
Bro, I'm ready to tear it up.
Wait. Let's first hear what Josue has to say.
Oh, definitely.
Wow, Mr. J,
I
of
apologize,
course.
About Josue.
Oh yeah.
How's college food been treating you?
How's the tater tots, my brother?
I don't know. I haven't been eating in school.
Oh, really? You've been cooking?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what have you been
Nice, dude.
cooking? Let me know, please. Recipes, man.
It's like-
Please.
Like absolutely nothing.
Oh,
Don't tell me it's
kidding.
boiled water.
ramen, cup soup.
Nah, I wish. No, but food wise, I guess I've been cooking more.
Food wars?
Like what? Like what? Like what's one meal you've prepared for yourself in recent memory?
That you said, oh man, that's hitting.
That's hitting the spot,
It's different when I'm in
Dorm.
college in the dorm.
right?
Yeah.
And it's me in the wilderness
Of the dorm.
of the of college. No, but really, what have you cooked?
Mostly just chicken and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's
Like
it.
on rice, on pasta, or spaghetti
No,
or something. They're just
mostly with like
Spaghetti with the O's.
ooh, yeah.
rice and vegetables, and that's it.
Okay. You doing
Oh.
chicken breast or are you doing legs and thighs, wings?
I'm doing thighs.
Ooh, the juicy thighs.
Nice, dark
Bone on,
meat
brother.
kind of guy.
Is that bone on or bone off, my brother?
I can appreciate
Bone on.
Ah, nice.
that.
Yeah.
Hey. Now, is that grilled, steamed, boiled,
Roasted.
fried? Please tell me fried.
Right. No, I put it in the oven.
Deep fried?
Mostly.
What was that?
In the oven?
I put it in the oven. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Some oven thighs.
Do you salt bay it, my friend? Do you
So
Yeah, how do you season it,
do you
man? I mean,
sprinkle that love on it?
I'm just asking because man, I need to start getting into it, man. I need to start cooking, bro, because
yeah.
it's something I've told my brother. I'm like, yo, man, either you gotta teach me or I gotta just start cracking some eggs open, getting some recipe books, and
Right,
just start
right.
cooking, man. Just getting my hands, accustomed, or just trying to like not experiment, but just start cooking because it's essential.
But you know what? I strongly believe that obviously cooking it to a certain degree is a necessity because we all
Right.
need to eat.
Yeah,
Each of us have preference,
right.
and when you understand that preference, you'll be more inclined to learn at least one good recipe from that type of food that you like. For me personally,
Mm-hmm.
because I did go to culinary school,
Right.
I don't really lean towards one thing more than the other. I do
Mhm.
enjoy different types of food, ethnic food,
Right.
and to be quite honest, one of the first dishes that I learned how to prepare
Yeah.
is one of the dishes that I love making and I like sharing. And I love sharing with other people. And that dish is, a
Bacon,
very
egg, and
simple-
cheese.
I wish.
Oh, that's New York, fam.
That one sounds good, yeah.
No, but the first dish I usually share with people when I want to share a meal
Right.
is penne alla vodka.
Oh, yes. I knew you were
Can't
going to
go
say
wrong
that.
with that.
No,
I
of
mean,
course not.
It's saucy.
Whether we're here, we're over
delicious.
there, anywhere,
Right.
man. Yeah, I mean, it's cool because it's like
and
something
it's
you can
easy,
make, right?
Yeah, it's very easy, simple
Straightforward.
to make. Again,
It's like a sauce and pasta.
I'm not gonna claim it's an authentic recipe,
Of
nor do I
course.
say it's authentic Italian because obviously it's not.
It's right from somebody's grandma's recipe book.
Right?
Like,
It's
nah,
not,
dude.
grandma nonna.
Yeah, it's not from
Mama
Nona's.
nonna
It's not from Nona's recipe book,
from
man.
Brooklyn.
Forget about it, man. But yeah,
Right. But again, it's something that when I make, something I like to share with people.
Right.
Again, I go out of my way and I'll make a very typical, Mexican dish like chiles en nogada.
Ooh, that's super specific,
Right.
man. Especially during this time.
Why
It's
not
during
just
the
beans
season.
and rice?
You know what?
Again,
Beans and rice.
I
Hey,
get
you can't
gassy,
go
though,
wrong with beans
you
and
know?
But again, like I said, if you gravitate towards that sort of simplicity, I would say go for it. Make the best beans and rice you can possibly
You know what?
make.
I've had split beans. Not, you know how there's
Split peas, they're split beans.
yeah.
Right.
They're called well in
Spanish.
Spanish they're called tlacapas.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Yeah, tlacapas. There you go. Tlacapas.
Yeah, I know. It's
Well,
a tongue
whatever.
twister in
It's
Spanish.
it's not even Spanish. It's like more of a native kind
A
of
dialect.
Yeah, it's a
Native.
dialect kind of word.
Right.
But anyway, sorry for just
No, yeah, definitely.
screeching your ears
No.
with my language, my dialect. Well, it's not mine, to be honest with you. It's not
it was your
my attempt. Yeah,
attempt to
Yeah.
sound out the dialect.
yeah, but those things are bomb, bro.
No, absolutely, bro. Look, and if I may, I would like to go around the table and starting with Josue. What's
Mr.
your
J.
food of preference or
Please,
choice?
Mr. J.
Me? Oh.
Drop some knowledge,
Josue.
bro. Come on,
what do you
man.
prefer? What's one of your favorite, whether it be types of dishes
Food.
or
Like a
style of food?
Right. And we could go.
I guess like just the style of food. I've since I like anime, I like a
Okay.
lot of Asian type foods.
Oh, okay.
Now is that like all like general Asian or American Asian or
Or like a specific
you
type
like
of
the
Asia,
authentic?
like
You
Korean,
like
like any- or
Japanese,
it's like anything-
cheese or
It's like anything that goes into my mouth. Anything that goes into my mouth. Anything that fits in my mouth.
In Asia,
Pause, pause.
There's the pickled egg. You're gonna have, and it's Asian. Are you gonna have pickled egg?
No, not just that. The 1,000-year egg.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they have the one in Philippines, I think, or in Malaysia, where they have like the half.
The black egg. or
No, the half
Chiclet?
bird. Yeah, where it's like it's a bird already,
The
has
embryos in
feathers.
there.
Yeah, and they eat it like that. That's wild, bro.
something. I mean, you said Asian, so you're kind of putting yourself out there for that.
I mean, hey,
there's
I mean, why not?
nothing- yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
Again,
I
if
think.
you're inclined to that food, I would say try to learn a dish, whether
Yeah,
it be like
miso soup.
if it's
Ooh.
like if it's Asian, maybe you want to try your hand at
steak.
something simple. Maybe you want to try a miso soup. You know, maybe you want to try your hand at making some proper ramen and work at it until you get
Yeah.
something that you're like, you know what, this katsu curry don is delicious.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
You know, nice, light, airy, crispy pork cutlet or chicken cutlet
with curry. Oh my
on top
goodness!
of rice with that delicious
my
curry.
God.
Or actual
Oh
curry.
my
sauce,
God.
right? Yeah, no, I mean, again, it's something that you can work your way up to. It's not something that you're going to learn overnight. But again, once you got it down and you know you like it, you're going to learn how to make it
There's some
exceptionally well.
Yeah, okonomiyakis.
Now,
bro.
Yeah.
Just to expedite this, please, Marcos, would you like to share your
If I had to like on a regular
preference.
day.
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah,
special-
of course.
preference.
Whether it be a special occasion
Or both,
run of the mill day.
Yeah.
You know?
Native dish called mole.
Oh,
Okay.
And I mean, I feel like I grew up with that.
yeah.
Sure.
And
yes.
but it's another one that I would have like on any day.
Right.
That Rooster's Market's chicken cutlet sandwich.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're leaning more to like a delicatessen type of
Right.
sandwich, a
Yeah.
classic delicatessen, New
Yeah,
York style.
Yeah, chicken
Because,
cutlet.
yeah, I
chicken
mean, I'm
cutlet
in New
sandwich.
York,
That's
and I can go to
Italian.
the deli corner. What you just said, delicatessen. I can go to the store at the corner at the bodega and ask for a chicken cutlet sandwich.
Right, right.
And then
it's just so accessible and it fits or fills all your needs.
and I can add there's a lot
Right.
of options to add. The base being the a roll or a wedge.
Ooh, that's
Well,
always a
Chicken
great
cutlet.
start.
Chicken cutlet's my base, which is breaded chicken.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Breaded chicken, and then the bread I can go with a flatbread or a wedge or a roll. But then if I'm at home and I want to put in the time, mole, which is another native dish that can be. It takes time, right, to make a paste. It's like curry. if
Right.
people know around the
Yeah.
world, but
Yeah.
in Mexico, it's mole. Basically, it could be sweet, extra spicy.
Right. Of course.
Right.
And it's pasty, and you can add it to chicken, rice, beans, and I'm
Enchiladas.
Yeah.
I just want to drool.
Right.
Hold myself back.
So again, my recommendation is obviously if you know mole might be a little out of your comfort zone or out of your
Right.
range of
I mean, because
expertise.
right, because even then, mole comes in so many different varieties,
In
Right.
regions, yes,
And-
yes.
just depending on the region. You
I mean,
know,
And I'll be a little bit more, I guess you can say,
specific.
specific
No.
because like no two moles are the same, just like
No.
no two dishes are the same.
Of course not.
Everybody's gonna put their own type of seasoning and flavor and emotion into the actual dish,
Right. Right.
because you can consider it to a certain extent an art. Obviously,
It's our martial arts.
I don't
If we
know.
want to share our martial arts or not.
Sure, we'll go with martial arts, making a plate of mole. Now, again, it varies from town to town, region to region, and person
Yeah.
to person, like any
course.
other dish. My whole thing for you, Marcos, as a recommendation,
Right.
maybe you want to start trying your hand at making that chicken cutlet sandwich.
Ooh.
Getting your choice. You want a nice, soft Kaiser roll,
Oh.
Portuguese roll, maybe.
toasted and buttered.
or if the wedge.
the style of cooking. You're talking about the bread itself.
No. Just to give you an idea, like, I guess once you start making your sandwich, you have full control from the ground up of not only the bread, of what style of bread you want. Maybe you want to substitute the leaf
Breadcrumbs.
lettuce
Oh, okay.
Okay.
With
you want
romaine.
romaine,
Or
or do you
spinach.
want baby spinach, or you want a
Ooh.
chiffonade of radicchio. I don't know.
You just said a word there. That's the word of the day for me.
Yeah,
Or
for me.
radicchio
Okay.
or endive, or maybe you want microgreens.
Wow.
Switching it up gives you the options of flavor.
And this
maybe-
is a sandwich.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mind you.
Right, and then you have your options of maybe you want the regular breading, Italian style breadcrumbs, or you want like a nice, more substantial crunch. You might want to opt for the panko breadcrumbs, like a Japanese
Asian one,
breadcrumbs.
yeah.
Right.
Or even then, like they do like cornmeal or flour, and then they do like some certain
Right.
sort of like process where it's like a double batter
You can do a
almost,
double breaded, or you
even
want to do
batter.
a beer batter, maybe.
Ooh.
Right. Again, all these are options that you can make
Yeah.
and switch up. I mean, you
And
want to do red tomatoes, you want to do heirloom tomatoes, you want to do green tomatillos.
And
It's
here's the
really
thing.
all up to you.
Right, and going back on like the chicken, it
It can
can't-
be chicken.
Yeah, it could be chicken.
pork.
But here's the thing: chicken breast, but it could be chicken thigh as well.
Right.
What's the thing when you grab any kind of meat and you just make it into
You want pulled?
pull it, and then you bread it, everything in a patty style? That's a style itself, right?
Yeah, you're making.
Wouldn't it be
You're
like
basically making like
a pate?
a pate or a chicken pot pie.
Mm,
Well, not pot pie,
good
but you're making like a to an extent you're making a meatball.
But into a patty for the chicken cup.
Right.
Right.
So you're making a patty, meatball, I guess you can say.
yeah, a chicken patty.
A chicken patty, right?
Call
Which-
it a McChicken.
Yeah, which is it's another just another way of you making something different but similar to what you like. Again, you can maybe you want to toy around with the type of spread for your sandwich. Maybe it's just not mayo. Maybe it's chipotle mayo. Maybe it's ranch.
Maybe it's
Maybe
hummus,
Yeah, hummus.
Hummus.
garlic hummus, or roasted pepper
Roasted
hummus.
garlic hummus, right?
We're going deep on
Ooh.
this.
Oh yeah, it
Or
goes deeper.
maybe you
man.
want to do an avocado spread. I don't know.
Get fancy with it.
Or maybe
Yeah.
you want to spread of beans with chorizo or longaniza.
Oh, what? Then call
Maybe
it a
you want
torta
to
at that
choose
point.
maybe not American sliced cheese. You want maybe a Swiss, a provolone,
A
a
mozzarella,
mozzarella, a
Mozzarella,
Munster,
or
Yeah,
or
a cheddar.
quesillo.
Cheddar, quesillo.
quesillo.
String
right.
cheese.
Yeah,
Right. Maybe you want to use fontina. I don't know. You want to use some
queso
sort of
fresco,
sharp cheddar. Again, we can go on for days.
bro.
But-
Days.
But the thing is, it's really down. It comes down to your preference.
Yeah,
Again, maybe you want to toast the bread, toast the sandwich, or you want to panini it. Do you want to throw it in the oven? Do you want to cut it in on a bias? Do you want to cut it in half, or what have you? But again, going, making the decisions like those, core,
Spicing up. like,
core elements.
Spicing up your life with with this thinking about.
Yeah,
these things.
taking those core ingredients and then opting for different ones or substituting for others gives you an endless list of combinations for something that you can make at home that might cost you a fraction of the price, and you probably get a better yield where instead of
Yeah.
paying that, what is it, maybe $7
$11.
Oh, there you go, $11 for a sandwich. Those $11 will get you 2 sandwiches for the price of 1 sandwich at your local delicatessen. Again, it's really up to you. I would suggest you start up like that and go from there. Now switching over to Edgar real quick.
right.
What about you, Edgar?
Oh, what about me? Please, let me know. Ask me. What?
What type of food do you fancy?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a really
Good question.
it's a good question, but difficult one. Oh, well, that's what makes it good, right? It's a
Yes.
difficult one.
I do believe so.
Right. No, but in all honesty, I could go for anything, to be honest with you. There are a bunch of things that I could go for, regional, or like if it's a specific, if you were to Italian food or Mexican food or Japanese food or German food,
Das food. Yes.
yeah, das good, it's really, I guess, whatever I'm into that specific day,
Oh, so you're more of a this day I'm in the mood for XYZ.
I mean,
So you
don't
don't
we
have a
don't
real
we all
preference?
have those days? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty
Of
sure we
course,
all.
that's
I
me
mean, every day is
No, yeah.
that it. But you know, if
If
it's
you had a choice, is what I'm
if I had a
asking.
choice, man. But see, that's difficult because it's like
You can't decide, or you just
No,
don't?
no. I guess to breaking down a little bit easier for you.
right,
is
right.
the style of food that you like and that you would say to yourself, you know what, I wouldn't mind trying to learn how to make
Oh,
this.
Right. See, that's why I needed you to ask me the question again. You know what? It was that because I lost it. You know, I was like, wait,
No,
what did
you
he
have it,
ask?
you have it, brother.
Like, what was the question
You
again?
have it, brother. You got it.
Yeah. So the question is, what would be something that I would want to learn? Something that I enjoy, but something that I would learn to cook.
Right.
It would have to be curry.
Yeah.
The curry
Now, what style?
with the chicken katsu or the pork
West
katsu.
Indian, East
I
Indian,
enjoyed the
Japanese?
the Japanese, you know,
Okay.
with like the potatoes and the
Carrots.
onions and the carrots.
Okay. Spicy
then-
or sweet?
Oh, it has to be like between mild and spicy.
Okay. Okay.
Not too spicy. Somewhere where because
You-
it's
you
like
want sweat bullets or no?
nah, dude, nah. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy.
Understand.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy spicy food. It's not that I have a low spicy.
Tolerance.
Yeah, it's not that I have a low tolerance. I enjoy spicy food,
Right.
but it gets to a point where it's like if it's too spicy, like you can't even
You can't
enjoy it.
'cause you
Yeah,
can't taste
it's like
anything but spice.
I mean, here's the thing. I've had spicy food where it's
blistering hot.
it does taste good, but it's like you can't enjoy it because
Right.
it's like you can't get, for me at least, I can't get past that the spiciness. So it's
Right.
like, bro, either I die or I eat. Like one of the two.
Or
it's
die
like
trying.
right, yeah. I mean, you give it like
Couple
yeah,
of bites.
Yeah, your good old college trying. You like try and eat it, but yeah, with regular white rice, just
Okay.
a little chicken cutlet right there,
Nice.
katsu,
Yes.
Nice.
or like a pork katsu,
Yes.
and then just
I approve.
and just
Right.
like
Cabbage, no cabbage.
dude, I don't mind. I don't think
Pickles, no pickles.
I don't think I. Oh yes, I remember I did have that, and it
Pickled radish. Right.
the pickled radish. Why? Because it cuts the richness, the fattiness of the
right,
actual of the actual curry. So it's like it's such a man.
It
Just and right now because today was kind of like cool,
right.
and right
So
now
on the chilly
I
side.
know stepping outside it's like what, it's not even cold, it's just
No,
you know
no,
it's cooler than usual.
You start
right?
feeling the autumn sensation.
It's starting to feel
in
like
time.
September, sir.
Right. Right.
Which I enjoy. I
Well, heads up, everyone. It's September
enjoy.
while we're recording.
I know. Can you imagine,
The year's almost gone, bro.
bro? We're like
more
question
than
to
halfway
the
there.
listeners. You know, what have you guys been doing? You know,
Right? How have you been? Adapting,
coping. I mean, for me,
and just overall shining. Trying to make the best of it out of a
man.
tough situation.
but going back to the food, yeah. I mean, I feel like it would be something I would
Enjoy learning.
I
'cause
would
you
enjoy
eating.
learning because I would
Yeah.
enjoy
Right.
like
Yes, I
just
agree.
eating.
Right.
And I feel like curry on a cold day, bro.
It hits a spot
Oh my goodness.
with your choice of cold or hot unsweetened tea.
Oh yeah, dude. Like some green tea.
Right.
I think I've made my choice over here.
definitely.
Yeah. But I mean, in that sense, yeah. Talking about something I would love to do, love to learn to cook, I would do that.
Yeah.
Now-
That's great.
Now, in the aspect or in regards to what would be like just food in general, like just talking about food. I still remember a time where I tasted sushi.
Okay. And then real sushi.
No, well,
Damn.
yeah, sushi,
Damn.
but from the source, you know.
Okay, from the motherland. is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I was like, bro, it's like
different.
the closest thing or the thing that I could resemble or the thing that I could describe it to is a parallel, I guess, which is you could eat tacos here in the
in the
US,
States,
right? But nothing gonna compare to street tacos
Down in the motherland, right?
down in Mexico, where it's like you eat in the street and the dust is all flying up because the cars are coming by and just like
What an ice
knows?
cold Mexican Coke.
right.
And there's a difference.
Yeah.
And there is a difference, but then it's like
Nice finely chopped onions.
right.
cilantro,
I mean,
radishes.
and then homies don't wear gloves or whatever,
Right.
and
That's
they're
where the
probably
flavor's
sweating
coming from.
over the meat while they're cooking. I mean, who
al
knows?
pastor all day.
Oh, al pastor or
You
some
see
like
those guys over the fire with the
yeah,
stick.
like
What's
al
in that?
pastor.
Al
the-
pastor. Oh, el trompo.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Right.
spit? No.
Yeah, the fire spit. No,
The vertical spit.
Yeah, there we go.
yeah. But and then it would just like, bro. Oh man, it's just delicious.
It's crazy
Right.
good.
And then like that's the best way I could explain
That's a
it
parallel. Yeah. Yeah.
or compare it to like the difference. Then again, I haven't had good. Well, it's not. I haven't had that type of sushi or
Where you've
this or the
compared it.
way or the way sushi tastes like
In Japan.
over there here.
Right. No, I mean, even if you were to go to like a place like Nobu or one of the restaurants from
It probably does taste like that or tastes different
right,
in the sense of it tastes good, but in its own way.
right,
You know?
it has a style all its own,
Right.
flavor profile.
Of course. Because it's like one thing is like pizza in New York
Right.
and pizza outside of New York. I'm
Right.
sorry. It's just
But
that's
was
how it is.
created here. No, it wasn't created here. I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure it was some sort of derivative dish or meal.
From
You know, they used what they had because, like many of us, you know, when you're a first generation immigrant,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
you make do with what you have, and some of the best dishes, if not all the best dishes,
have
come from
yeah.
that situation. You make do with what you have, and it has that power of nostalgia with
Yeah.
necessity and hopes and dreams, and
The hot dog.
and
Yeah.
it makes for not only a compelling story but a delicious story,
Oh, my
and one
goodness.
that, you know, that really bridges gaps
Mhm.
for many people, and especially with heritage and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, again, one of those things, like to Edgar's point, is the fact that, you know, I've gone to Morimoto's Momo-san in
Oh, okay.
New York City,
How was that?
and I've tasted the ramen there, and yeah, no, definitely, it's not gonna taste like Japan, but at the same time,
Hi there. Marcos here. This is the end of part 1. Part 2 will be out next time. Stay tuned. Talk to you soon. Hi there. Thank you for tuning into the LTS podcast. All the notes and more can be found in the description. By the way, we have a social media page where content is posted regularly. Feel free to reach out at us through there or via email. Both are found in the description. When you support the show, we have a merch store where you can buy an item that you like. If buying merch is not your thing and you just want to support the show directly, we also have links to those too, if you'd like. Thank you. Also, every comment is really appreciated. Credits in the description as well. Peace.